Okay. So, and for the second part of my Fate update video, I said I was going to come back around to this to show off all of the units. I have used, I know, pathetic stats, but this is what I got. I'll probably fix it at some point. But as you can see, I've been using some of these units. Saber. Where are the other? It's Venus and her. I would have uploaded this sooner, except the survivals take so long, and I just could not sit there and do it over and over and over again for too long after the initial grind, because it was taking a lot out of me. It is not. These, like, I hope in this next update they make it so you get all 3 rewards, because I'm pretty sure I'm maxed out on the I have been maxed out for the last 10 that I did, which is, I mean, it's fine, I guess, because I get all these rewards. Is that even worth it? I don't think epic shards are not worth it for the most part. I was gonna get, originally was gonna get Astolfo, assuming that's, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but he didn't seem that good from looking at his passives on the wiki, and I was not about to farm the survival even more to do that. No, I'm done. I'm never playing that again if I don't have to. But now, wow, I can't spell. I can show, I know, traits here should be better. I need to get a better enchant. But I'm not that bothered. Let's see what I can roll. Come on. I'll take it. Better than nothing. I have her skill treed, and obviously he's been skill treed for a while. I used Gilgamesh a lot, even with his extreme boost. I could do some of her skill tree. But I actually obtained her a few hours ago, but I just got off. I was doing stuff with other people. But now I can do this. I've already used, this is really the only one I haven't used, but I haven't, for the most part, I just farmed kills with these two. I wasn't really focusing what they were doing. Now I can. And we can show you, I don't know who we is. Should I do it on Babylon? Babylon's map sucks. I'm just gonna do it on Ryoto Temple. This is where I do all my stuff anyway. I should probably do it on Nightmare, huh? I'll showcase their attack animations individually. We've already seen all of Gilgamesh's in the last video, so I'll do a video. Yeah, I'm gonna make another video. I'm sorry. Marvel Rivals got me riled up. I was pretty upset. It's my fault for playing Adam. So take about every second about entering range. That makes, I definitely want to get Glorious or something. Do that. So let's turn attack effects on. Not that I think she'll even get the chance to attack because of her own passive. I'll try and showcase them one at a time. Oh. Let me turn it off 2 times, or off 3 times speed, because it's impossible to see anything. Ooh. It's like little... Why are those still there? Come on. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. Are you maxed yet? You are. Look at that. Tendril Barrage. A line. Okay. Damage already seems absolutely wild. Range isn't looking so great so far, but considering... Ooh. Is my graphics all the way up? I gotta make sure. It is... Let's make sure. It's pretty nice looking. I know she has an active ability it's another support thing. Okay, so only 2 attacks. Okay, that's a little underwhelming. Our chosen unit becomes a servant, gains 10% damage, 5% attack speed, gains 5% damage per corrupted unit. Corrupted units gain the corrupted passive. Okay, I was right that did come with a passive. I thought I was delusional when I talked about that with a friend. I believe I can put you down here. Ooh. You and your weird fish arrow bow thing. Do that. Pretty cool, actually. I know, I don't think this unit's the best, but I like... I like that there's a lot of cheap units this update. It's unfortunate 2 of them are dark units, but it is what it is. Hopefully... I haven't heard any audio issues, so I had to throw on a noise gate because I think for whatever reason my mic arm isn't working as good as I want it to. There's audible. It's at like the negative 50 to 50 range, but there's like a audible rumble in the background of my mic. I think it's just my shock mount isn't as working as good as I want it to. That was not the right words. Light buzzsaw. I gotta... What the... Turn on to 1 times. Oh, she spins. I like that one. Okay. Good stats. She... 5 enemies, gains 1 to 3 gems, cap of 50... She gains range and damage for each gem until it expires. At least 25 gems unlocks Venus Judgment. It's a nuke. Oh, we had it for a second. Come on now. Okay. 1 million damage times the current number of gems for each enemy killed. Increase the gem cap by 1, which is up to plus 50. And each time she uses the ability, it makes gems last an extra 5 seconds. So up to 15 extra 15 seconds, combined with the base number of time, it's 35 seconds per gem. Okay, well, we're gonna sell her for now so we can show off the other units. Saber. Little magical blast. Does this have an animation? No, okay. But she does buff herself, so I'll do it. Let's do it from here so we don't... Well, I have to be able to see if she gets a new attack, so I can't do it from there. Caster Staff Discs. Discs. Eh. What a... They actually did pretty good on the animations. And one last attack. Caster Staff Barrage. Ah. Nice. Those are max stats. You can... Well, I'll give you a chance to read all this. It's just buffs magic type units. Magic type units also do more damage to enemies special typings. 6 different buff effects per use. On the 7th use, she does the first effect and 2 random other ones. I don't know if it can also be the first one again, like if you can get one, and then another one, or how that works. She used it 6 times, so we'll get another buff support ability. I'll wait for her to do this 6 times, and then we can see that. Well, I can check this out now that I have another unit down. Let's do that. Now that you're corrupted, you have a new passive, right? Do 1.5 times Sakura's damage over 7 ticks for 8 seconds. If Sakura is stunned, the servant cleanses the stun from her and becomes stunned for 30 seconds. Effect cannot activate while the servant is already stunned. Oh, okay. Wait, isn't that crazy passive? 1.5 times... It's like 700... I mean, 700 million over 8 seconds? Not crazy, but also... I still have skill tree to do, and she doesn't have, what is it? Glorious or mystical on her, which I will probably do. This unit probably is really great with, like, glitched and stuff. Lots of interesting support units. Okay, let's sell you. I'm assuming that it's fine. Medusa. Need my goofy ass out the way. Okay. Whoa. I thought you'd go. I forgot you can't actually go first person. Okay, that's enough of that. Bloodfront Antrometa. Whoa. That actually looks really cool. I mean, she probably has one of the best status effects in the game. Part of what I'm going to do here is show how far this team can get, just to show how good these Fate units are. And I will try, and before I lose, show how much damage each of them have done. I think obviously Gilgamesh is going to do a lot. However, I'm going to not put him up front. I'm going to put him a little further back to let the other units actually have a chance. I actually might not place him, just to see how far these units can get. And I believe, yeah, she doesn't get another attack. Really good stats, though. Petrify does a bunch of crazy stuff. Mystic Eyes, attacking enemies marked with Petrify, they take 10% of her damage, so only, that's like 30 million. Every second until the effect ends. For each enemy in range affected by Petrify? What? By Petrify. Increase tick damage by 2% up to a maximum of 30%. So 40% damage. I don't know my math on that, so. Inflict Petrify and all, and then her active 150-second global cooldown. Inflict Petrify on all enemies in range for the next 30 seconds. Petrification takes 5 hits to break. Bonus damage per hit is increased to 2.5 times, and break damage is increased to 4 times. Petrify broke for 10 seconds, deals 6 times damage. So really good. You basically just toss it on auto. You use her kind of like Gojo. You want her range to basically reach exactly where they spawn, so you can spawn trap them. For anyone who didn't want to worry about getting extreme boosted Gojo, probably just get her instead. Gojo is still going to have his use because he's a light element and all those, and you know, crazy high placement damage. But for most use, Medusa is going to be better. And I think that, yeah, that was all 4 of these guys. Okay. I realize I don't have souls on all of them, so I'm going to have to back out here. But saw all their stats and all the stuff they can do, and now I can I'm gonna go back to lobby. I'm gonna equip souls on them. I'm gonna get everything set up, and we'll see how far we can get. I'm not gonna make you guys watch all of the rounds, though. That'd be boring, because this could take like an hour or 2 hours. It really depends. No, I didn't make the new soul yet. I meant to. I don't know. I don't own every soul because some of them to me seem clearly pointless. For example, this one. I know this one's decent, but I just don't care. This one I'm never making. This one I'm never making. However, I did get the time essence to make this one. So let's just get through this really quick. Should only be... Ooh. There we go. 10% ability cooldown reduction. Who would I want that on this team? It'd be it'd be Saber, right? Or King Pet. It's alternate universes, right? Or something like that. Different points in time. I don't know. I don't want to understand Fate. It seems cool, but no thank you. But do I have any... I do. I don't know why I bothered looking at that. Let's see. Technically, Soul of Inner Potential is technically good on Gilgamesh because of Enuma Elish giving him... Is it no, not Bloom. Yeah, because it gives him Hemorrhage. I am actually going to equip this to him. More damage to you is just going to be overall better. Soul of Rapid Recovery on you. Idle Soul on you for the range increase. That's probably why people care about the, what is it? Soul of Precision, is it? I'll make this one eventually, but for now, nah, who cares? What's your whole thing? Is this when enemies spawn, right? For every 20 seconds, speed average. The first part of this passive feels pointless, I'm gonna be honest. Because she doesn't get anything from dodging. Or anything like that. So it just feels like they just threw in something extra for no reason. So she just bolt and cripple. Yeah, we'll just throw this on her. I think this works. I've tried so hard to roll glitched on her. It won't happen. I was struggling to get back to entrepreneur on her, so I'm gonna leave it. Let's do that. Most of these eggs are from sitting in AFK while I play other games. I don't do the breaches. There's why would you? Okay. Time to see how far the Fate team can get. Should I do the new Infinite? The map is weird. Plus, it doesn't have a leaderboard. It's just these, right? Why is she so close to the camera? Get your big head out of the way. Bruh. Oh, and let me... Oh, I should turn those on. Yeah. That's way better. Alright, let's get this done. What I will make you watch is me max upgrading everything. So, you know. Am I already 20 minutes into recording? What the? I feel delusional anytime I look down at that, and I'm like, it feels like 5 minutes. I'll just put her here. She gets so much range eventually. Oh, I gotta turn the attack effects off. Do that. Not exactly sure where Medusa should go. Because here might work. But I'm not sure. I will say, most likely, best units from this update, obviously the Godly, and then Gilgamesh. Saber's really good support, but the only time that's going to matter, realistically, is if you're doing Infinite with multiple people, you have somebody who just runs a bunch of support units. So, you know, you run your Time Goddess, your Subaru, your Saber, maybe bring Irwin. I don't know. He doesn't seem that good. And they have all their support, plus like a good Godly, to get all your support units on one person. Well, everybody else just brings in all the damage and stuff. Okay. We'll try here first, and if that wastes too much of her range, oh, that's gonna waste so much. Oh, actually, I forgot her range goes down and then back up. Oh, yeah, probably a little too far up, because with this going, get even more range. Probably put her like here. I think about there should work. Hopefully. That's without the range buff from this. Throw you far side. Mesh subtypes, units in range. 10%. The second part of this is only going to apply in special game modes. I think. Unless it counts for like tank enemies and sprinters, but I don't think that does. I feel like those are just... No, it would. It would count for those. What am I talking about? With the bells going. You can just set that on cycle. Why did she do an animation? Is that the animation of this? Didn't I turn active ability effects off? Am I losing my mind? Oh no, I don't have that disabled. So wait, does that has a visual? Hold on. Actually, let me put it on 3 times just to get the cooldown done quicker. Wait, what is Saber's ability cooldown with the 10% reduction? Oh, just be a 6-second reduction. Which is not bad. It keeps the uptime on this higher. Technically, if you also run that with Sukuna, you could get multiple of these bells effects stacked at the same time, because the cooldown here would be less than 45, would be under 45 seconds. Is that worth it? I don't know. That's a lot of math and percentages. Like, I don't think it's optimal to bring Saber into Infinite anyway. Okay, 1 time speed. Oh yeah, she like teleports forward and does a big explosion. Okay, well, that's cool. I didn't even have her upgraded yet. Look at that range. I have no idea why. You don't have the best range, do you? You think there? Yeah, okay. Oh, and what units do I want to corrupt? Should I just go, like, Gilgamesh and Medusa? Can you even corrupt Gilgamesh? 10% damage. I hope you can corrupt Gilgamesh. That'd be amazing. I'm gonna do it on Medusa. I am curious. Is the passive? Yeah, it's always the same. But making Medusa attack faster is really good. Was that mark always on her forehead, or does it add that when you corrupt a unit? No, they couldn't do that. I don't think. Well, is it? I have no idea. I don't pay enough attention. I can see the mark on her forehead in the picture down there. No, I'm just blind. I'm blind and dumb. I didn't show this, did I? 100% range, 250% elemental penetration. So kind of irrelevant for infinites and stuff. 50% damage, 50% crit damage, 25% crit rate. Time stops all enemies. Enemies take 100% of the unit's damage per second during the time. Only during the time stop. I misread this like 4 times. I'm not gonna lie. So for 10 seconds, they take this much damage per second. So it would total to 2.3 billion damage. Not crazy. But on top of all the support stuff it does, it's pretty nice. Also, obviously, if you have better traits and a thing, it would be way more damage. And now for... Well, I'll get back up to 50 gems so I can... Actually, wait, no, this has to... Each enemy killed. I'll want to use this later. There's no I'm getting any kills with it right now. I want Gilgamesh here. I'll pause. You guys will come back once I'm really much later. Okay. We're a bit further in. I had to sell Medusa so I could actually stack her gems and stuff, because Medusa just does so much damage. Also, her active ability has a visual effect. So does Venus's. Neither of them are anything crazy. It's not like the Gilgamesh cutscene with his Enuma Elish, but it is still pretty good. So put that on her. I think now I can put down Gilgamesh. That's a bell buff. Yes, it is. Put you there. I don't know. Actually, it actually is good to have a Kidnu up front like this, because she can spawn trap bosses, which is wonderful. We'll upgrade Gilgamesh, and we'll really get to learn how far this team can go. So you can't... Interesting, but you can pick the Heavenly King, which with this, plus his own nuke, yeah, this will be good. A 10% damage buff to Gilgamesh is more than he needs. This man is crazy. I honestly have no idea how far I'll be able to get. I don't remember how far I got last time with basically just Gilgamesh and a bunch of buff units, but I imagine with Medusa, it'll be way further. She would have way more damage than this, but I had to sell her. How fast did Gilgamesh stack damage? Oh, yeah, no. I do think it counts both of their damages as well, which is totally fair. We'll just put... Oh, I have the animations on still. Oopsie. Well, watch this cool-ass animation. Anyway. And this is doing extra damage because of Inner Potential Soul. Plus, the extra attack speed is good on him, considering his heavenly treasures. Do that. Remember, I only get this once. But I need to do it when he's at his highest damage. So I need to use it after using Bloom, which I'll just put on loop for right now. All right, okay. I do like that they finally started giving some active abilities effects again. Also, her nuke doesn't seem great. However, if you're at her base cap of 50, you're getting, I think it's 15 billion damage. So it's at max with the 100 gems, you can get a 30 billion damage nuke, which is pretty good. It's not huge, it's nothing crazy, but it is pretty good. I think for the most part, though, you just want to let her stack gems and don't want to use this. Unless you absolutely have to. I believe I have 2 servants already, right? Because, yeah, you and you. There are probably... I'm aware this isn't an optimal team. You probably want Goku or Wukong and like Asta and stuff on the team. I will probably also show like a meta team run as well. So I'll do this and I'll start up a second run. You're not going to see any of that until High Wave. I don't min-max. I just don't care that much. But I'll see how far I can get. Where is this boss? Oh, is he stuck at the front? How much health do these enemies have? Okay, they have 1 trillion health. Okay. Medusa, you're stacking. Yeah. Medusa's got... No, don't use that. Oh! Well, actually, if I'm going to use that any time, might as well be now. But I did not mean to use that. Look at that range. I don't know why they decided to give her such high range and then had her stack range. But fine. I'm not going to ask too many questions. How's your damage looking? Okay. So you don't get the craziest damage, unfortunately. But that's all right. I actually think Medusa is having the highest DPS right now. But that's all right. Gilgamesh will climb up there. I gotta see. I am excited for this coming update, though. Because, one, there's Kefla, which... that's just an underrepresented character. Like, not even just in these games, like in actual official Dragon Ball games. There is no Kefla. I don't know why Dragon Ball Legends doesn't have any good Keflas. I don't think Dokkan has any good Keflas. They be disrespecting Kefla for no reason. Look at this dude. I know with Infinite, you want to go like it's like a stall strat or something like that. I know there was a point in time where I think if you just stacked enough slows, you could just never lose. How much health did they? I mean, yeah, I mean like a 30 billion damage nuke. Did I accidentally use your nuke? Am I a stupid? Well, don't answer that. I know I'm dumb. But now I feel really dumb. Just make sure. Okay. Probably gonna be using the combined special pretty soon. Guess I can see if that has an animation. Because I think when I did that, I had attack effects off as well. But I mean, I'd say the Fate team is pretty good. Like, Medusa is crazy good. Gilgamesh is on the same level. Absolutely. I will say, they gave us a lot of units with the effect of making enemies take percent of damage per second. Hello, Anuma Elish. I don't need to see this right now. I need to be able to look at the map so that I can know if I'm going to die soon or not. How much health you got? 200 bit. Okay, you're close to death. My can is empty. My Diet Coke is empty. Y'all got a favorite soda? Oh. Actually, I imagine a lot of you don't drink soda. I think that's like a recent thing where a lot of people are cutting soda out of their life, which totally fair, totally valid. I think most people probably should. I probably should cut soda out of my life, but I ain't gonna. I'm gonna do other things to work around that. Because I like soda, man. I got our own preferences. I'm running out of things to talk about because I expected to have to use this by now, and this is going surprisingly well. It's the sprinters that can get so far. I need to turn her nuke off of Cycle. Oh, you know what? Her gems are probably just draining. That's why she's not good for infinite. Because you're gonna get to rounds where they take forever, even though you can clear them, and so enemies aren't spawning. I don't know how I feel about infinite having well, no, it makes sense to have a cap. I will say though, I guess this nuke is what, 205 billion damage, which is a decent nuke for its 400-second cooldown, especially considering how much this one does. Oh, pop this again. Oh, and Bloom went off. Nice. I hoped this one would have a cutscene. I just don't think it does. Can we kill this boss? That's what we're looking to find out. Unfortunately, I think at this point he's out of the range of too many units. I also think I'm gonna have to use this. I'll use it on this corner. Whoever makes it there first. Oh, I think that was Medusa's nuke. Or, it's not a nuke. No animation, I don't think. But hey, it killed... Well, it almost killed everything. It was 10 trillion damage. I should have made sure I had this up with this. I should have been watching that. Because that's ideally how you're going to want to do it. Is you're going to want to make sure his damage is stacked as high as possible. Because it's based off of his current damage. As in the first video where I just showed off Gilgamesh, I was able to get him up to like 3 billion damage at some points. It was like 3.5 billion, I think, and that's without, you know, some of the best support units, Subaru and Time Goddess, or best buff units, not support units. That's a different thing. It's not the point. What I mean is, the higher you can get his base damage up to, so if you use, you know, Time Goddess, Subaru, Saber, all that stuff to stack his damage really high, you're going to get a much larger nuke. Like, I'm pretty sure this boss here, 42.2 trillion, you can find a way to make this one-shot that. Now that I'm thinking about it, throw Wukong in the first slot, and you're going to get double of whatever this is. So I would have done 20 trillion instead of 10. Oh, I forgot to turn the animation. Well, look at this. Blast them. $59 trillion. You're probably not providing. Yeah. This is mostly Medusa and Gilgamesh. Sakura, absolutely not a bad unit. Extremely good. It would also appear, because I have her with Hex, every tick of her passive applies Hex to all of these enemies. But it probably still bottlenecked by this time constraint. If it wasn't, I'm pretty sure Hex would be better than Glorious for her. Because you'd be doing you'd be doing 75% damage, basically, per second. Actually, way more than that. You'd do a lot of damage. I don't exactly know how it would stack. Yeah, I think at this point, there's not much I can do. Oh, did a petrify, right? I wonder, is the breaking of the petrify actually worth it or not? All right. Well, there's that. 136. Obviously, you have better traits on these units. You have better enchants, all that stuff. You're going to get better results. But that is, with what I have, how good that team is. I know technically there's Astolfo. I don't think he's better than any of these units. He didn't seem great. Again, I could be wrong, and you can tell me I'm wrong. Let's see. Grab that. One reroll. Let's go. Yoink. I care about essence selectors probably more than anything here. Well, except this. I want this. Well, let's make a real team. This is what my current setup is. Or I don't even think I actually used this team. I think I made it and didn't use it. Take Madoka off. I know she has glitched, but I don't want her debuffing my units. Again, I know, bad stats. I didn't min-max. I'm not gonna. Have I gotten any glitched that I haven't shown? I forget. I don't think so. Oh, I guess Conrad. I did not do a video on the Black Clover update. I was gonna, and then I don't know. It wasn't hitting me right. Actually, that might have been when my PC imploded. I had some issues with my PC. It was a whole fiasco. But see if it's working now. I've been rolling enchants on Guts, waiting for his new extreme boost, because this is awful. This is terrible. I also feel like he was actually better before they extreme boosted him, when he did both bleed and hemorrhage. That could also just be my opinion, because what do I know? Anyway. Asta with his big ass nuke. Did they nerf this? Last I looked at this at 7.5 trillion. Am I losing my mind? ALS, did you nerf him for no reason? Dev pose. That's the picture of Ichigo, okay. Hi, Ichigo. Right, he's gonna get reworked. I'll probably make that its own video. That means I have to get a better enchant on him. Do I have pearls? I don't think so. Pearl, yeah. Can I get one? No. This hasn't reset yet. Nope. Check these. I need to like farm these up again and, you know, actually do things like I'm supposed to. But it's so much work. No, I'm going there. Is there anywhere I could get? No, there's nowhere. Unless I did my Infinity Castle, which I will. But not right now. So, Wukong, Heavenly King. Excuse me. Oh, I have to put this soul on up. I'm sorry, I haven't. Hiccups. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull OBS back up. Okay, I think I'm good. Ugh. Those came out of nowhere. Let's see. Dusa. Wait, no, I forgot I'm stupid. I gotta get better enchant on him, I know. Units. Medusa. And who goes in this last? I know Madoka could go in with her nuke, but it feels unnecessary. I should look at the mic when I talk, so my voice doesn't get quiet. Because, like, yeah, the infinite tier list is like, yeah, it's, you know, Gilgamesh, Asta, Madoka, Goku, Wukong. But I guess my options are either Gojo or Wang Ling. I guess Sakura is up there in meta overall. How many kills did she get? I feel like not a lot. Yeah, about what I expected. That was a Gmod sound. Or Half-Life. Gmod, Half-Life, which came first? Do I look like I know? Okay. I'll bring Gojo. The fact that I have him glitch mystical, I feel like, is extra reason to do so. Again, get her with extra range. He already has plenty. Boom. Give this to Gilgamesh. I have 3 units with mystical, don't I? I feel like I have to check this now. Yes, Saitama. Not that I use him all that much anymore. I mean, how important is a rewind? Or, because what's more important, I guess? A slow or a rewind? The slow is probably better. Again, most infinite runs are probably done with, I think, 4 people. But I'm not gonna get that. I don't even know 3 other people to play this game with. I know 1, and we just grind the event stuff. We don't play infinites together because who cares? Or, well, I shouldn't say who cares. Somebody clearly does care because there's a leaderboard, but I don't care. Back to Ryudo Temple. Shibuya is nature, this is nature, and this is light, so... Or let me fact check myself. Water, and then nature, yes. We'll just do this again. How am I already at an hour? What? Okay. I'll just show you the high round. I'm not gonna make you watch this whole thing again. Okay, we're pretty far in again. These two together have such crazy stall potential, not even including what Echidnu does. I haven't used this yet because I am wanting to use the full potential of this nuke. Hopefully I get some good effects, but we'll have to see. Move this forward. Hopefully that's not doing some weird crackly audio stuff. I think what we got to 126 before, right? Was that? You guys will know. I'm not gonna remember, or I won't know until I'm editing at least. But that sounds right. I mean, what can these poor schmucks do? I'm curious. Just, I know you don't have the most damage. 71 trillion, 109, 21, not surprised, and 97. Wow. Yeah, no, Medusa's crazy. Petrify plus her passive is just so good. I don't know if they'll be able to release any Petrify units that are better than her. Honestly, it's very possible she might end up with this exclusively. And I'd be totally okay with that, because that'd make her really unique. I do hope the Ichigo rework is good. I am curious how they're gonna make that work, but Ichigo has always been a disappointing godly to me. I never really liked his design when he was final Getsuga Tensho. And I kind of understood the idea with his current one. But having a godly that requires 2 other units just feels weird. And also the buffs are not very significant. So you need these units for him to be even better, but then also those buffs are not significant at all. Are we finally to the point of popping this? Oh, I think I could. Might actually pause it again, because I think this might go a lot further than I think it will. I really don't want to waste too much more time here. Yeah. Okay. So you'll probably see this whenever I'm about to lose. All right, GG's. Wave 143 though. I think, if I'm remembering now, the run with just the Fate team was 136. The stall from Medusa and Gojo is really good. I definitely could have gotten further, but I accidentally fumbled and used Gilgamesh's big nuke really early. Or not really early, but I could have saved it for another 1 or 2 waves, and I would have gotten another 1 or 2 waves further. Regardless, pretty good. I think having looked at the damage numbers, obviously he had the most from his nuke. She was second, he was third, mostly because of his own nuke. And then I think it was Gojo and Wukong. But also he would have had less overall damage if he didn't have a nuke. He still would have had more than him. However, I think for the actual team, you probably want Goku instead of Wukong. But I think that's all I wanted to I think, why did you put me back in a public lobby? Come on. No, it's not that big a deal. Well, my keyboard. Oh, no, my fingers on the wrong buttons. Am I the only one who does that? Where you set your hand down your keyboard and it's not on the right buttons? I feel like I'm stupid when I do that every time, but I feel like that's a thing other people do. Regardless, I'm gonna leave this episode. Why do I keep saying that? I'm gonna leave this video here. Like the video. If you liked the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more content. I probably brought this up before, and I know I haven't proven it because I keep uploading Roblox, but this isn't what I want to do. Like the uploading Roblox constantly. It's easy to record. I learn a lot with each upload. I'm not sure what I really want to commit to uploading. I've always wanted to do horror game YouTube, just playing horror games and getting scared and yada. Because what I grew up with, I grew up with, Markiplier and early Jacksepticeye and all that stuff. And I just love horror games. It's some of my favorite. If you have any recommendations, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I would love to get some recommendations. I have pretty much all the Five Nights at Freddy's games sitting on standby, but I kind of want to wait. Like, obviously I've watched people play those games like six or seven different times, but playing it's a different experience, and I've played a little bit of each one, like the first night or so. But I want to wait until there's a bit more of a following, because of what those games were like an introduction to horror games for me. But that's not the point. The point is, that's the end of this video. Hope you all have a nice day, night, evening, whatever time it is. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.